What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes. And in this video I'm going to be giving you guys a review of the units which have come with the Guardians of Peace banner. And I'm going to be going over the banner units, the free units, and the unit which is added into the 3-star 4-star pool. And I'm also going to be checking if my speculations for their stats were on point or not. I always do stat speculation in my first impression videos just for fun, so you can check out the first impression video of this in the description. The timestamps are on your screen right now, and I also want to thank ShailorMercury for this layout and letting me use this layout. You should definitely follow her. Her Twitter is going to be linked in the description down below. Does post some really useful FEH information. So let's get on with the review. So first of all, we have got Igrene, the star of this banner. I don't think she pronounces her name that way, but then again, like, we cannot really trust FEH's pronunciations all the time. I'm just gonna go with the one which I used to call her as. So she has got 37-37 offensive stat spread, same as Legendary Alm. The one I predicted was not really all that far off. I was at 36 attack and 38 speed, so just 1 point off in the offenses. She does have more defense than what I expected and less resistance than what I had. So I was expecting her to be really offensive, but not really like a same stat line as Legendary Alm. But this doesn't really make her as powerful as Legendary Alm because she doesn't have his special and his weapon, so she cannot really cut through the tanks like a butter like Legendary Alm can. So that's the thing, but still, like, the stat spread is absolutely amazing offensively, makes her a really good sweeper. So other than the stat spread, the comparison to Legendary Alm just ends there. She comes with a pre-built special spam build because Guardian Bow does give you -1 special cooldown, so you can just spam Blazing Wind once you have it charged up, thanks to Special Spiral. And Guardian Bow is pretty good actually because it checks the speed of Igrene with the opponent, and if she's got more speed than the opponent, then she inflicts -5 defense, attack, and speed debuff on them during the combat. So obviously she's going to be extremely fast, reaching 44 speed at base with Life and Death 4. So her speed is really good, and she can also hit really hard. Having good attack with AoE spam is really good because you need the visible attack stat for specials like these. And she also comes with Pulse Smoke. This is also good if you are just going to be using her right off the bat in ether raids, because against infantry pulse teams, Pulse Smoke is extremely useful. And as I said in my first impression video, if you get Igrene, you could definitely use her for clearing up a lot of the in-game content just by using her with 3 dancers. That's all you need. She already has a really good base kit for like clearing a lot of the in-game content as it is. So it's a really premium kit, amazing offensive unit, and we finally got a red bow unit after such a long time. So that's pretty good. Igrene is just really powerful. She does have a super boon in attack, surprise surprise. So yeah, that's pretty insane. She also has a super boon in defense, so she could reach like 30 defense, and with her HP, she could definitely take some physical hits. But of course you want to aim for the attack super boon with the help of Lady Luck. So yeah, with attack boon, like, she's gonna be doing way more damage with her AoE specials, and she could just act as a red bow affiliate in a sense, but not to that degree because it's not really easy to set up her weapon like Mistletoe, just by having some mage allies. So that's the thing, but still, like, she's pretty powerful. And she can be used in Ether Raid's defense teams actually in the light season, because in the light season, people are going to be using air, and as it is, they're going to be getting extra resistance. So that's why you want to have more physical units on your defense team in the light season. If you just have all kinds of mages in light season, then someone is going to come with their res tank and just completely wipe your team. Obviously not as powerful as Legendary Alm, who's king of archers pretty much at this point. Let's move on to our next unit, Perceval. So these are the stats which I was expecting on him. I expected like not very high attack, and he does have like 32 base attack, which is not really all that high, but he does have more speed than what I expected, way more resistance, and less defense. I was completely off on Perceval, and the fact that he has got more resistance definitely opens up a bit of a niche, because compared to some other Lance Cavaliers like Legendary Eliwood, Dimitri, Legendary Ephraim, and also Sirius, which we got recently, they all have really low resistance. Perceval, on the other hand, does have workable resistance, and the fact that he has got Price Lance with the guard effect, it's really good defensively, but a lot of the times as it is, Cavaliers are not really best suited for defensive roles because of the limited skills which they have access to, and also because of their BST. They are always going to be a bit behind when it comes to the BST race, but still, like, he can function pretty good defensively. He does have good speed, doesn't have all that much attack. His weapon is a bit situational compared to some other Lance Cavaliers which we have got recently, because it requires the enemy to be at full health to get +4 to all of his stats during the combat. but still, you could definitely make it work out. And he does have attack defense solo, lot of attack speed, and rouse defense res. Pretty decent Lance Cavalier, but it's a really competitive and saturated class type. Rouse skills are pretty good on cavalry units, but still, I guess nothing beats Igrene, who is absolutely stacked with fodder, premium fodder, a tier 4 skill, 2 really good skills. The next unit we have is Echidna. Echidna is absolutely amazing. Like, she is gonna be a demotion candidate. Now, it's not really confirmed, but we can pretty much tell at this point that she's gonna be demoted looking at her base kit. And ShailorMercury has done this really wonderful thing where you could see what skill a unit will have if they potentially get demoted, because it's already coded into the game, so you can find out. So props to her for including this, because we can already know that she's going to be having drive attack at 4-star rarity when she gets demoted, and that is really good. Now, nobody really uses Brace and Speed Res on slot A, and in general, like, not a lot of units want to use Brace and skills on their slot A. So drive attack is absolutely going to be amazing. Now let's talk about her stats, see what I predicted. So she's got 2 less attack than what I expected, 1 more speed than what I expected. And overall, like, she is really good, better than Libra, because she has got more speed and more HP than Libra, and the cost of that is not really all that much when you compare her to Libra. Her main competition right now is gonna be Ross, who has got way more attack, but doesn't have as much speed as Echidna. So both of these units like provide such a good option to free-to-play players for Axe Infantry usage. Axe Infantry units can be pretty good actually in Ether 8's offense because they have the triangle advantage against the Ophelia, and because they are infantry units, they can run Null Counter Disrupt, so that's really good, and they have some pretty good options available. Let's hope that they can also get some kind of Barrier Axe, because that's gonna be amazing. Echidna is just really good, and I'm so happy because she's such a badass woman. Like, I know a lot of people are gonna be building her and merging her to +10 because of her stat spread, but I'm so happy with the way Echidna turned out, because I was not really all that confident in my speculation when I put her resistance, because as far as I can remember, it's been a long time since I played Binding Blade, but Echidna didn't really have that much resistance. Rearguard is just the Axe version of Safeguard and Vanguard Plus, so it's pretty good defensively, and she can be used in any kind of like Astro or Light Season because of her bulk. Really good tanking potential, and she can also work out offensively because her offensive stat spread isn't really all that shabby with 36 speed and 34 base attack, so that could be done. She's a really versatile unit, so big fan of that. And this way, like, Ross also has its niche. You know, if you want a unit with higher attack, you could go with Ross. But Ross doesn't really have as much resistance as her, has a bit more HP, so that's that. Both of them are really good options nonetheless. The next unit we have is Larum. Now, I was really accurate with Larum, so I'm really happy about this, because with Perceval and Echidna, I was a bit off. With Larum, I did expect like exactly 39 speed, so that's pretty good. I'm 2 points off in defense and resistance, which is fine. 1 point off in attack, so pretty close with Larum overall, so pretty happy with that. Yeah, 39 speed is really fast, and she doesn't really knock off Tethys with her competition because Tethys has got more resistance, so that has its own applications. She comes with Dragon Slasher Plus, basically a Cloud Myogi, which is going to be present in the normal summoning pool, Disarm Trap 3, Speed Res Cap. Overall, not the best base kit, but I don't think she's going to be getting demoted. I don't think they're going to be giving Dragon Slasher and Disarm Trap in 4-star pool, and definitely not a new skill. So I think Echidna is probably the safe bet for the demotion candidate. And overall, like, she doesn't have the highest attack, but still she could hit decently with 32 base attack. So that's Larum, another dancer. Of course, she does face a lot of competition being a dancer, and she's also going to be logged to 5-star rarity, unlike Tethys, who is probably going to get demoted, and it's probably going to be more common. And now let's move on to Brunnya, who's going to be a Tempest Trial unit. So here she is. She has got Fimble Vetter. She is a blue mage infantry unit. I would have liked if she was a green mage infantry unit, because then the comparison to Fallen Delthea goes completely out of the window. Fallen Delthea is a blue infantry unit which we got this year, so the comparisons to her is gonna be there. But the thing is that Brunnya is more utility based than just being completely offensive like Delthea. Because of Delthea's weapon, she's just forced into this offensive role, but Brunnya here can work as an offensive unit, can also work as a tank, so she does have a bit more build options in that regard. And Fimble Vetter basically is a dense weapon, but without the armor effectiveness, so she's immune to debuffs and panic status, which is absolutely amazing, because debuffs are present everywhere in Arena, in Ether Raids, even in like Abyssal maps. You have some random gym across the map debuffing you with some kind of shield skill, so that's amazing. I think it definitely gives her a niche. Now on paper, she doesn't really strike as good as Fallen Delphia, but she definitely has potential because of this weapon. So I'm really happy they gave her a preferred weapon and Fimble Vetter. So that's amazing. And she has got Deathblow, Glacies, and Res Smoke. So Res Smoke is going to be present on her on 4-star rarity. So you could just fodder off the 4-star copy. And Res Smoke is going to be pretty good on close counter vantage units that you could use in Ether Raids, because the debuffing is going to be pretty helpful. I was a bit worried about Brunnya, but overall she came out to be a pretty decent unit actually, and does have a lot of potential and build options. As I said, Fimble Vetter definitely gives her a bit of a niche, so that's pretty good. And she could just ignore any kind of debuffing structures in Ether Raids, just ignore Panic Manner. And the thing is that she's got pretty good synergy with Thracier if you used like both of these mages, and she also covers the red weakness of Thracier, so that's pretty good. So overall a pretty nice unit. And in our Tempest Trial, the bonus unit selection is absolutely insane. Like, people are gonna be using Ray. Yes, Ray, you're gonna be getting used now. So people are gonna be probably using Ray until they get Brunnya at 5-star or something. As for Sacred Seals, this Tempest Trial doesn't really have the most like powerful Sacred Seals. Flyer Guidance is pretty good if you're gonna be running it on a Fire Emblem team, because if you do not want to run Flyer Formation on slot B, and if you have already used Flyer Formation Sacred Seal, then Flyer Guidance is good. But in general, like, I prefer Air Orders over this kind of skill. Still, good option nonetheless for Flyer Emblem teams. Spur Attack Resistance, which is just going to be taking 100 Sacred Coins to upgrade to final version. Defense Res 2 is also pretty decent. Not really like very powerful skills, but they're alright. They provide some good options. And this Tempest Trial is going to be starting from 22nd of November, so be on lookout for that. And the next unit and the last unit that we're going to be taking a look at is going to be Chad. Chad got added into the 3-star 4-star pool, but he also got a focus banner with Ray and Lou, his friends, because of Tempest Trial. So you could also summon him as a 5-star unit from that Tempest Trial banner. It's not really recommended, but you know, if you really want him, I guess you could try. Overall, Chad is basically like a better version of Gaius because of his stat spread. He has got 30 base attack, which is not all that good. He also doesn't have a super boon in attack or anything like that. He has super boon in defense, so that's something. Overall, you just want to build him up like you would build up Legault. He does have more HP than Legault, so you could use him for those kinds of shenanigans with Infantry Pulse, with Sudden Panic, or with Panic Ploy if you invest into him heavily. So that HP stat could be used productively there, but overall his lack of attack is going to be a bit of a problem. He does have pretty good speed, and the good thing is that he's got better fodder than the other 3-star 4-star units which we have got added into the summoning pool. Escape Route is fine, it is present on Cecilia. Speed Smoke is really useful because Speed Smoke was available on Fallen Takumi before this. So you don't have to spend your grails to get this now. You can just get this from the summoning pool. Drawback is also a pretty good positioning skill. I hope they can also just add some kind of unit with reposition in like this kind of tradition and directly into the 3-star 4-star pool, and maybe a unit with something like Desperation or Fury. Like, we could appreciate more units with those skills. So Chad definitely has quite a bit of competition. And that's pretty much gonna be it for this update and for all of those units. And let me know in the comment section down below which unit out of this batch stands out the most to you or is your favorite out of this. So if you enjoyed this video, then please be sure to leave a like. It is going to be helping me tremendously. And if you haven't already, then make sure to subscribe for more Fire Emblem Heroes content and also Three Houses content. So be sure to hit the notification bell so that you can always get the updates to my videos whenever I upload. Because the functionality of YouTube sub boxes is unfortunately as tragic as Igrene's backstory. Be sure to listen to her voice lines. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.